Millennial problems while living in a van. We actually do live in a van, and this week we brought a paddleboard without even knowing that we'd actually brought it. I then proceeded to fall off said paddleboard. We met up with some amazing friends up in the Lake Districts, had an absolute whale of a time. We decided we'd do some crazy stuff, act like kids, jump into the lake off a giant cliff. It looked bigger in reality. Anyway, we headed down to Norfolk. We had an amazing adventure all the way down Norfolk. We had a bike ride up a big massive hill, but the whole week started waking up in the Yorkshire Dales. Come with me while I take you on all the ups and the downs of living in a van this week. We found this great little park up and we decided to look on Google Maps to see what was actually around, and there's actually a couple of waterfalls. I got confused walking to the waterfalls. I mean, these trees grow straight out the rocks. Anyway, we headed on. We followed a track that was on OS Maps app, and it took us through these farmers' fields. We didn't actually think this was a track, but it looked well trodden, so we followed it anyway. With all the little left and rights and all the turns that we did do, I was worried about losing the van, so I pinned it on the map so I knew how to get there. It wasn't long before we're just walking along normally, and boom, there's a really deep gorge. Look how deep that is. That kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies, because the trees were just growing out the side. I was leaning on it to look over, and then I went, no, maybe not. But that must be the way to the waterfall, so we followed a track that was down the side, and it took us down to the gorge. We saw some steps, decided to go down for a little look. We could start to hear the waterfall, and we saw it. We just saw a little glimpse. It wasn't big. There's been a drought for around about a month. We've not had any rain. There's not a lot of water on the hill, so we weren't expecting anything big. Quick little scramble over this little log, and then wait until I lift the camera up. This is the view that we were struck with. This is one of the reasons why I love living in a van, going to locations just like this. Just like expected, it wasn't massively impressive because there wasn't a lot of water. You can imagine this in the winter where it's absolutely belting down. Went over the other side, however, and there was a couple of waterfalls running into the actual waterfall. I could have killed for a little dip in that pond just there, but we had other waterfalls to go and see. Now let's leave this one alone, head off over to the next one. A quick walk back to the van and then over to the next waterfall. Danielle's figured out how to do the macro settings on her phone camera, and she's just spotted tadpoles. Check out the Instagram at indie_van_a_Jones. That's one good thing about late spring to early summer. You get loads of baby wildlife kicking around, the baby sheep, the baby tadpoles. It's an abundance of rabbits kicking around. It was beautiful, but it was time to have a little water break before we carried on back to the van and off down to the next one. But in the car park for the next one was where we found the downside. There's two big spaces over there. They're for horse boxes because we're right on a horse bridleway. So I had to park on two separate spots. I had to buy 2 parking tickets because I blocked 2 spaces. It wasn't long, just a quick 10-minute walk across the bridleway over a bridge that apparently has been hit by an ambulance. I don't know, that's what National Trust told us because they were there inspecting it. And then we come across the next waterfall. Check this out. We're back in the van and it's a mess, so I'm going to clean it. I mean, I don't even know. The van's never been this messy, but we've got loads of boxes and stuff. I don't even know what's in this one. That's the charger for the new electric bike, and that's because I can plug it into the AS2000, which is just there, and I can charge that up purely on solar power. What's in the box? And that's the accessory essential bundle that come with it. So we've got like the foot pump, the water bottle, phone hold, just loads of bits and bobs. This one is, that's more of the drinking cups. You've seen me a few times drinking out of these. Let me tell you about them, because I love them so much. I emailed the company and I've actually got a discount code for you. Now let me tell you about Super Sparrow. Firstly, I want to get it out there. This isn't a paid promotion. I don't get paid for this. Instead, I want to give you guys a 20% discount code, which is linked with the link and the discount code in the description down below. But they make reusable bottles. They've got the same mottos and mentalities as me. Reduce plastic waste in all the beauty spots. So your likes of your mountains, your lakes, your beaches. If you can get rid of the plastic bottles and the metal drinks cans just thrown at the side, then you're making a dent to the planet. You are improving the planet by simply doing that. Reusable drinking bottles. You've got the water bottles here that they come in loads and loads of different styles and different designs, different colours. You get to pick. It's all on the website. Loads of different sizes too. This one, believe it or not, and why I was giving you that little close-up shot just like that, is this has been in my work bag now for a month. It's been in and out of cup holders. It's fell over. It's shot across the vehicle that I've been driving. It has been battered and bruised, but there's not a single mark on it. That shows you how durable it actually is. On this one, you've got the flip-up straw, both done. The one thing I've noticed with this, with me having this, because it's always been there, I've just been drinking a lot more water. That's benefited my skin. It's just benefited me all round. That's the water bottle. Again, loads of different colours, loads of different designs. It's all on the website. The next one they do is this thermos cup. This, again, has been in my work bag for just over a month, and I love this. Every single morning I get into work, I quickly make myself a coffee, pour it in there, and I can guarantee that that's going to still be hot 6 hours later. Granted, normally I've drank it way before then. I work some long shifts. I need my caffeine kick every now and then. But the thing with this, do you know when you normally get a thermos cup and after a few hours you hold it and you can feel the heat escaping it? This isn't like that. It just feels normal to hold when it's had a hot drink inside it, which is good. It means the heat has been kept inside this. No more takeaway coffee cups from your Costa coffees and stuff. Just give the coffee house, wherever you are, that and say, you just put a latte in there, poof, they'll fill it up for you. You ain't going to see coffee cups thrown everywhere. Anyway, on this one, you've got a lock just there, so you can lock it so that the spout, you've got the hinged lid just there with the black grommet inside there. You press that button to drink it and it isn't opening because it's locked. So it's not going to spill anywhere. You slide it to the other side, both, it opens up. You've got yourself a nice little spout. You just press it, drink it. The joy is if you've got it unlocked and it does tip over, it's not going to spill anywhere. That's amazing. You've got your little handle so you can go for your little walks and stuff like that and hold it up, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. On top of this, comes in loads of different sizes, loads of different colours. I picked this colour just solely because people at work aren't going to nick this colour. That's the only reason I've got it. And look, I've still got it to this day, a month later. They do an insulated water, I think it's a water container, but for this one I stuck soup in it. Every time I've been on a nice big kayak in a lake somewhere, I stuck some soup in it, took the lid off, filled it full of soup, stuck the lid back on it, and I went for a kayak for an hour. Just chucked it in the actual kayak. You've got a strap there so you can throw it over your shoulder, but it was still warm when I got out there an hour later. They say it can keep stuff warm and cold, both of them, for as long as you need it, really, 12 hours. Me, I've only tried this with soup when I've been out on an adventure, and it's worked perfect. Again, loads of different styles and colours and sizes. It's all linked in the description down below with the 20% discount code. Drop them a follow on Instagram, supersparrow_official, because they've got the same mottos in life as me. They want to clear up the planet. That's a little bit cleaner. Everything's basically just been put away. I've kind of made the bed. This is a man's way of doing things. I've got the drone out because I've got to go and put that on charge because I've used it quite a bit lately. Work uniform because I've got work in a bit, and my work bag just because I've got work in a bit. Let's go park up somewhere, have some food, and we'll go for either another walk or we'll go for a bike ride or something like that. If you want to know a way of having a DC to DC charger being better than solar in the summer in the UK, well, our heat is a little bit different in the summer. It's really dry, it's hot, it's unbearable at sometimes. If you don't have solar, you can park in the shade so your van will cool down. That's just my way of saying I'm a tight ass for now. Right, how much is it to pay? Which one of them am I? Cars, horse box, coat. Which one am I? I'm neither. Let's go, we'll just pay for that one and see what happens. Oh, fair enough. So here's a little top tip for you. If it does say not in use, always take a picture of it. Make sure it's date and time stamped, just so that if you do get a ticket, like I have done in the past, you can send that picture off and then they just eliminate your ticket. Oh, okay then, sorry about that. I've got to put the shopping away and get changed. And get changed for whatever event I'm about to do. Currently 21 degrees, so is it a bit too hot to go for a bike ride? Oh wait, my bike's electrically assisted. That much shouldn't be too much of a problem, should it? I only went to a little news agent, so I sort of just picked up a few bits. Super noodles, they're just going to go in me everything drawer, and got a couple of pizzas for tonight. I can't wait to have these. They're going to cook up in the air fryer perfectly. What shall I put in the bag? Got me Super Sparrow water bottle, full. Got me tripod so I can do a bit of filming. Whoosh, perfectly. Got the drone because, I don't know, we may go somewhere where we can get some nice drone shots. One thing I am going to do, max air fan. I'm going to press that button just there and it's opening the roof vent for me. I'll leave that open while I'm out and about just to allow a bit of air circulation. Preferably get some of the heat out the van straight through there. Right, let's build the bike. Currently, at the minute, I've only done 11. So there's loads of excitements to go around and loads of adventures to do on a bike before I can do anything. But I love this bike. It's great. It's an electrically assist. So if you're going up a hill, you see this piece here, assist, and you just need a little bit of a push to get up it. You just up the assist and it helps push you up the hill. I charged the battery on that, the AS2000, and I charged that up from solar power. I've got a couple of portable solar panels in the back, so whenever I'm in the sun and I'm doing nothing, I just lay it out, and that's a good one. Now, like I said, I've only really done 11 kilometres on the bike, so I've not really had much experience. It's been 20 years since I've rode a bike, so it was a bit wobbly when I first actually got back on the bike. The part I'm struggling with at the moment is a walk that would normally take me a couple of hours. I think that's a nice walk, I'll go and ride that. It's only taking me 20 minutes, so I'm having to learn loads of new cycle trails. So there's a mast up there. Can you see that mast? There's also a bit of a trig point up there. I wonder how the bike will cope getting up there. Well, all was going well until the path was blocked. They've got some music festival happening here over the next few days, so they're blocking everything off. Let's try and find a different way. Oh, I've got a steep bit coming up. I had to go full assist for that one. It wasn't long before we actually made it up to the top of that hill where there's a beautiful trig point. If you do know this location, let me know in the comments down below. I'm sure a few of you are going to get this. But it is the sole reason why I do like to put the drone in the air and always carry it with me, because you never know what kind of shots you're going to get. I just had this opportunity, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to take it while I'm here. That's a good excuse to have 5 minutes rest, isn't it? Yeah. Delamere Old Pale, 176 metres above sea level. So it's not a massive high hill compared to what I'm used to with all my mountain climbing. But hey, it's a good little stop off. Let's go back to the van, shall we? And we're back. Let's have a look. So that was, there you go, I'm up to 21 kilometres now. So that was a 10k ride. I've just done 2 assists to get up the hill. The brochure says it'll do 60 mile on a charge. And it seems to be looking like it does that. I want to take that up a full-on mountain, just to see how good it is. It's a mountain bike. Will it live up to its name? Now for the important question. Cappuccino or latte? I think I'm going to go for a latte, to be fair. This is possibly the most used item in the whole camper van. It is just perfect. This is the life. Time for some mini pizzas. Air fryer. It goes. Oh, yes. 15 minutes at 180. Go. Normally I try and go a bit healthy because I'm trying to lose a bit of weight, but I was just craving pizzas. I think I'm pregnant. While that's cooking away, I've got my wild flower seeds. I always like to sprinkle them. I don't know, it's just like attract the bees, do a bit of good for the area. And I always go over the bar, if there is a bar, and just a bit of area there, just to add a bit of daylight areas for the seeds. Yeah, that'll do for now. I just like giving back to nature, I guess, giving it a helping hand. It's a lovely little spot, just right in the woods, but let's face it, you've got this big car park all to yourselves. How would you park your camper van? Would you go reverse end in, just like that one? Would you go nose end in, just like me? Or would you just go sideways? If you went sideways, which side would you have your sliding door? Looking out that way or going that way? I don't know, let me know. I won't be stopping here for the night because it's Forestry Commission car park. It's sort of, they close the gates off at 6 o'clock at night or whatever time at night. So I'm going to have my food and then crack on off to my park up tonight. Let's give it a look. Oh, yes. If you guys do know any like cool air fryer recipes, drop them down in the comment section. I'm curious to try new things. All right then, so it's time for me to head away from this amazing park up and go down to my actual park up for the night. So let me catch you up to where we are right now. I went to my little park up. I got to bed really early, 8 p.m. That's one of the earliest I've been to sleep in a long time, but that was solely because I was up early for work. 2 o'clock the alarms rang, 3 o'clock I went into work. It's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just finished work, driving all day, and I've just been told, you got 2 days off now. Hey, I'm going down to Norfolk. I want to go see my son. The downside to that is it's currently Friday afternoon. Traffic's going to start building. It's not rush hour until I get between sort of Northampton, Cambridgey sort of area. But it's going to be interesting to see if I can actually do it in the 5 hours that it normally takes me. My original plan was to get the solar panel out and start charging up my electrics, but I'm going down to Norfolk so I can go onto a campsite with all the fun amenities for my lad. While I'm there, electric hookup, charge everything up. I suspect 5 hours, I'll see you in probably 7. Nice quiet little cove. Just out of the way. We're plugged in the electric hookup. Top tip for if you're on a budget. That hookup cable, basically, I've just ran it all the way in and it's there. And it's just plug sockets with a fuse box over the end. £30, it's better than paying for a full electric hookup. I've currently got this on charge. We're at 90%. And we've got a little guest. I may as well make most of the free electric. I've got the bike battery on charge too. Had a little blast in the arcade. It's getting night time now. Jacob's winding down on his bed. I'm up on this one. We're going to get the lights off and just chill out, unwind, get some sleep. This morning, woke up, got ourselves all sorted. We had some toast for breakfast, coffee, nothing special, just a nice chilled out morning. Went swimming. It's currently 20 past 10, so we've just come out to swimming. We just sat down. Jacob's having a little snack. But if you're wondering, can you go on like a campervan holiday with a kid? Well, I built this van with that in mind, because the whole purpose of it was to come down and see little mini Jacob. So you can see normally we've got 2 chairs there. Well, they actually convert into a single bed, and that's where, well, it's actually wider than a single bed and slightly longer, but that's where he sleeps whenever we're here, and it's absolutely amazing. He's currently looking like a duck. He does like his Pringles. Later on, what we're doing later, we've got to go to the arcades.
Cub.
Yeah, he's got an event with the Cubs, so we've got to go and do. Gonna win some badges, come back, probably go swimming again, probably go to the evening entertainment. We've got Starlight Crazy tonight.
Oh,
So,
McDonald's.
oh yeah, he wants to go to McDonald's on the way. If you get all your badges and you work really hard at the Cubs, we're gonna go get him a McDonald's. We're gonna have some tea later.
If I get all my badges, if I get none.
Well, we'll sort it out, don't worry. Well, you're not going to get none because you're going to try really hard, aren't you? And later we've got tea and stuff like that. We're just going to have a chilled out day. But again, if you're campervan holidaying, why not come to a place that's kid friendly?
Holiday park.
Yeah, we've come to a park themed resort and it's absolutely amazing. We've been swimming and we've got loads of other events on later. There's mini golf. Remember the mini golf? We can go and do that later. There's archery. There's evening entertainment. There's loads of things to do. Let's about look at the bed. It is just 2 single beds with the table goes there with a couple of foam insets. Put a bed sheet over it. We've got the quilt and the pillows. There's my king size bed at the back just there, and he's loving it. We had a cracking couple of days with Jacob. I come back up and done a bit of work. I didn't film much because it's dad and lad time. I don't get to see him much. I want to enjoy it as is. Anyway, we had a cracking weekend and then come back up, had a couple of days work, and today we've got the coffee brewing with the amazing Coniston sat there next to us. But I messed up in the most millennial way possible. You got to think, I'm older than Google. I don't know how to online shop properly. So we all know I've got the kayak, but I wanted a paddleboard. And I've been looking for one for ages and ages and ages. One that suits my price range anyway. And basically, I clicked add to basket on Amazon. Because I thought, if I click add to basket, it'll go in the basket. And then I can keep shopping and shopping and shopping until I get a better deal. Constantly keep looking back at that one to see what this one's got and that one's not got. 2 minutes after I thought I clicked add to basket, I don't know whether I did or didn't, and I got an order confirmation for this. I didn't know that I could get an order confirmation just from adding to basket. What does that mean? Looked into it, got a notification. Car just went past. Got a notification from the bank. £200 has just gone out of your bank. What? So now I get to unbox that, and I've got something else we can play with today. I say we because we've got 2 we's. Number 1, Danielle's coming up to meet me. She's bringing the kids, celebrate a kid's sweet 16th. She wants to go play in the lake. Boom, we'll bring her that up. And the next one, we've got a friend park behind us. So let's enjoy the coffee, and get that unboxed, and get ourselves all sorted and prepared for the day. If I remember rightly, this was like a full kit. I don't know exactly what comes in the kit, but we've got, I'm just going to chuck it all on the bed. Another car. Whoosh. So I'm going to have to sort the car out. Wow, look at that pump. That's a big beefy pump. We've got, oh, that's the wrist strap. God, it is really a full kit. Oars. Fins. Puncher repair kit. More fins and the board. That's the kayak all blown up, ready for the kids to arrive. I started, if you see, there's the van up there. So I started bringing some of the stuff down for when they arrive so they can literally just get here and jump straight in the water. I've got a little sheet for them to sit on, a couple of chairs. There's the paddle board. There's a bag with some drinks in. And I've left the kayak up there blocking a parking spot for her. It wasn't long before they did arrive and it was absolutely beautiful. The kids were absolutely made up that we'd got the paddleboard out. It was all ready for them. We saw loads and loads of baby fish. The lake was that clear. This is Lake Coniston in the Lake District. I did get a bit sketchy and a bit jelly-legged thinking, oh Christ, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So guess what? Yes, I did fall in quite a few times. Our friends actually came down. This is Annalise and Jordan from the YouTube channel and the TikTok channel, Steps to Adventure. I'll leave them linked in the description down below. In all fairness, this whole adventure was basically because of them, because they turned around one night and said, "Are you going up the Lake District?" I went, "Yeah, okay." Then he goes, "Okay, then it's busy up here because we've just got up here, but we're going to save you a little spot so you can just tuck in behind us." It was 2 o'clock in the morning before I arrived there, so we decided to get out on the paddleboards and just have an absolute whale of a day. But over in the distance, guess what we saw? An island with some cliff-looking things. Let's go over and have a look.
There's Richard. Go on, Jordan.
We must have spent 2 hours on that island just jumping in and out, in and out, in and out. It was absolutely amazing. We'd done loads of front flips and, well, attempted to, but they were sort of back flips anyway. Then we come back to shore, decided to have a little play around. Jordan and Annalise actually got some really good footage of everything that happened that day. So make sure you pop over to their YouTube channel. It'll be linked in the description down below. Steps to Adventure. There you'll find a lot more better footage than me. I lost track of the amount of times they caught me falling off this paddleboard. Danielle did say to us, "You've only come back here to get some food, haven't you?" And do you know what? She wasn't wrong, because it wasn't long before we were back over on the island. All of us decided to thought, why not? Let's have another go. And the kids have gone now with Danielle. Me, Jordan, Annalise from Steps to Adventure, they've just nipped down to the chippy, so we're having a chippy tea for a bit. And then we're just going to chill for the night. It's been a great day. It really has.